Welcome back everybody to the channel. It's me, Alejandro Mendoza, or the Nerd Chicano. Either way how you say it, it's all good here. And we're back again for another video as we look at another film in my collection. And today we're looking at none other than another film from my Kino Lorber Spring Sale haul. And that is, of course, the incredible Western / neo-noir from the incredible Lupino, The Hitch-Hiker, on Blu-ray from Kino Lorber Studio Classics. Of course, I hope that the video finds everybody well. I hope that everyone's happy, healthy. I know it's been a while since I've uploaded, y'all. My life is just crazy. It's been pulling me in different directions, but I was able to sit down and finally film this. Hopefully, I'm able to get back on track for y'all. Of course, there has been cinema condition episodes going up, so at least you all have that, but I have been slacking off with these reviews, so I'm hoping that I can get back on track, y'all. But of course, if you all are here and you're new to the channel, make sure that you subscribe to the channel, click that notification bell so you don't miss a single piece of content, and leave a like on this video. That goes for everybody who's watching this. Please leave a like. And of course, if you want to lend an extra helping hand here, it is appreciated, but it's not mandatory for you to go to patreon.com/TheNerdChicano and pledge to a tier. You can get some awesome stuff like early access to the video that you're watching right now, and you can also get video essays. I have 2 currently up on the Patreon, and there's more to come. Yeah, life's just been crazy, y'all, but today we're going to be looking at Lupino's The Hitch-Hiker. This is a film that I picked up on my Kino Lorber Spring Sale haul, and I'm really excited to talk about it because this is a really good film that I've already seen before, and also this is the first time I'm about to see it in really good quality. First time I've seen it in really good quality, because the first time I watched it was pretty rough. But of course, let's go ahead and read the back, and we'll look at some of this info, and then we'll go on from there. Brand new 2K restoration. Beyond its cultural significance as the only classical film noir directed by a woman, screen legend Ida Lupino, The Hitch-Hiker is perhaps better remembered as simply one of the most nightmarish motion pictures of the 1950s. Inspired by the true life murder spree of Billy Cook, The Hitch-Hiker is the tension-laden saga of 2 men, Edward O'Brien and Frank Lovejoy, on a camping trip who are held captive by a homicidal drifter, the great William Tallman. He forces them at gunpoint to embark on a grim joyride across the Mexican desert. Renegade filmmaking at its finest, The Hitch-Hiker was independently produced, which allowed Lupino and ex-husband producer Collier Young to work from a treatment by blacklisted writer Daniel Mainwaring and tackle an incident that was too brutal for the major studios to even consider. Included here, you have an audio commentary by film historian Imogen Sarah Smith and a bunch of trailers. I'm gonna guess they're films from Ida Lupino. I didn't really watch them, but there's like about 5 of them in this. Of course, the film is from 1953. It is in black and white. It is 71 minutes. It is an aspect ratio of 137:1. It is presented in 1920 by 1080p, and there are subtitles available in English. So this is the front of the Blu-ray. This is the back. This is the spine. And then you have the inside, which literally is just the Blu-ray disc. But yeah, nothing really special when it comes to like the inside packaging from Kino Lorber, as I'm noticing now, is that it's usually just the disc, no pamphlet, no essays, no nothing, just simply the disc and the inside, you know the packaging on the outside. But that is the introduction. That is the packaging of this Blu-ray. Now let's go ahead and talk about Ida Lupino's incredible masterpiece, The Hitch-Hiker. I first watched Ida Lupino's The Hitch-Hiker as part of one of my cinema classes over in my undergrad, and it was part of the classes I took with the incredible Alessandro Carrera, who I have talked about at length on the channel throughout my Fellini month. But of course, he offered a class, and I took it, and I watched this film. But the film that he showed us was like a really, really rough copy that I think he downloaded off Internet Archive, or it was like a really rough showing of it. So I had never seen an actual good copy of this film yet. But I at least knew that I had watched something that was pretty special. We were talking about noir at the time, and I was just really fascinated with noir during that year. And I was really starting to grow my taste and my palate for film, and noir was one of those, styles that was really, fascinating me at the time. And The Hitch-Hiker really did that for me and more. And now being able to sit down and rewatch this film, Lupino's Hitch-Hiker is just marvelous. It is gritty, it is cutting edge, it is a film that is filled with so much tension from the beginning that it's hard to even cut through it, because there is so much going on here between our three main characters, and the more we stay with them, the more that the tension grows and grows and grows, that it almost becomes hard to watch because we know it's going to boil over soon. And watching this drifter just play games and just assume control in this way makes for this film's journey and narrative to be so compelling. The Hitch-Hiker really does emphasize those themes of noir. There's a lot of emphasis on the commentary on American culture, like crime and all these things that are found within the Hitch-Hiker. And there's we don't have really a femme fatale here, but we do have some really high high contrast film, and the filming looks incredible. I mean, they did a great job with the cinematography. I really like the choices in angles and framing of the film, and the lighting of course looks fantastic, as we're mostly outside in this desert, and it really shows just how much not just the effects of this drifter are having on the people, but on these two people, but also the sun and the way that the desert acts as a character as well, as beating down their back and making it impossible to work with this guy. But The Hitchhiker is just one of those films that I love so much, and when I first watched it, I loved it, but I wasn't really high on it. Now having able to watch it, being able to sit with it longer and watch it in a format and quality that it deserves to be watched, I think this is a masterpiece. This is one of the greatest films I've ever seen. It's a movie that has great pacing, great cinematography, great music, great performances, some beautiful framing and lighting choices. There's also some incredible themes that are being explored within the film, and I feel that The Hitchhiker is one of those films that everybody needs to see because it is that damn good, and it's a movie that to me is one of the quintessential noirs of all time. But now let's go ahead and talk about the restoration. It's a 2K restoration. I watched this on my Panasonic 4K player on my TCL 4K TV, so that means I'm going to get an upscaled look of The Hitchhiker from this Blu-ray disc from Kino Lorber. As I've said, I watched a very rough version of this film that I think was recorded off of the VHS copy because it was really rough. The audio quality was really bad, and you could still see the film, but it was really tough to see some of the most important shots in this film. Now, having watched this, my God, they did an incredible job cleaning up the negatives. This 2K restoration is so crisp. The high contrast reflects so well on this new print that is just incredibly presented by Kino Lorber Studio Classics. They do an incredible job at bringing new life into this film from Lupino. This is from 1953. The technology in 1953 was not the same as it is in 2023, and it shows in this. I mean, they did a great job at being able to preserve the grain and make it keep looking like a film from 1953, but they did desperate work that needed to be done on this film to clean it up, to make it look, presentable, but also bring a new life into it, and also bring in a new comprehension of the film through this incredible transfer from Kino Lorber Studio Classics. I mean, this is some of the best work I've seen from Kino Lorber so far, having watched Stanley Kubrick's Killer's Kiss, and having seen other films from Kino Lorber that I've heard people talk about. But comparing this one to Killer's Kiss, I gotta say they both are great jobs, and this just is another win for Kino Lorber. I think that this film would be incredible to see on 4K. I hope that it is something down the line that they'd be able to get. I'm not sure if it would actually be able to transfer, because it is a very rough film that's been like, shot on a very, different type of technology. It kind of would happen the way that I think I saw like Inland Empire got its treatment, that it would, have to go through that similar process where it wouldn't even come out in a 4K disc. But I think a 4K digital restoration would do wonders to this. But in this 2K restoration right now, it looks incredible. Same thing can be said for the audio. I really like the audio. It was very clean. It was crisp. It was very, it's balanced with all the other things that it's handling, like sound effects, music, and everything. It sounds good. Like I said, guys, I don't have a speaker system, so I can't really listen to this, super clear. But it is a DTS HD master audio track, so it's not gonna have surround sound. So for what it's worth and what you're able to hear in this film, it's good. It has a really good audio track, a really good video track, and overall, I just think this movie is amazing. It truly is an amazing film. It's a movie that I hope that everybody checks out, because I think it's a mandatory viewing, especially for those who are getting into noir, especially being the only film noir that's been directed by a woman. I think it's important to view this film, to really look at the different ways that Lupino approached the story compared to her male counterparts. But yeah, guys, spring sale, when that comes around, pick up the Hitch-Hiker or another sale from Kino Lorber, because this is an incredible film, and I'm just happy that it's in my collection and I'm able to watch it over and over and over again. Of course, if you want to keep up to date with me on all things social media, make sure you follow me at The Nerdy Chicano on Instagram, Twitter, Letterboxd, Serialized, TikTok, and Twitch. I'm the same thing on all of them, and let's go ahead and follow each other so that way we can talk about movies and physical media, all that wonderful stuff. Check out the Nerdcore by checking us out on our website, thenerdcore.com. Twitch and YouTube are at the Nerdcore, and our Twitter is the Nerdcore_. Make sure you follow all that stuff so that way you can keep up to date with all the awesome things that we're doing over at the Nerdcore. But of course, I hope that everyone had a wonderful time with this video, and I hope you all enjoyed it. It was a pleasure talking about this incredible film from Ida Lupino on a incredible 2K restoration from Kino Lorber Studio Classics. So without further ado, I will see you all on the next one. But until then, to all my cinephiles and renowned scholars, celebrate the love of cinema today, tomorrow, and every day after. Catch you all on the next one, guys. Bye-bye.